Hello and welcome to Vlog 18, where I'll touch on some of our COVID-19 gardening research I did with some fantastic scholars in Germany, the US, and Australia. My name is Dr. Jonathan Yodi Kingsley, and I'm a Senior Lecturer of Health Promotion at Swinburne University of Technology. I'm speaking to you from my gardens on the lands of the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation and would like to pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Today I'll be responding to a question from Karina, who asked, I really enjoyed hearing about your COVID-19 gardening research from your guest presenters. The benefits and interest in gardening seemed to be pronounced during COVID-19 or the start of COVID-19. Why, in your opinion, were people drawn to gardening during the early stages of COVID-19? Thank you, Karina, for your great question. I want to start this vlog by saying that the drive towards gardening during crisis is not unique. This has occurred during other crises like the Spanish flu, World War One and Two, during the civil rights movement in America, and has also been experienced in countries like Cuba. Looking back at the past, research on these crises and why people were drawn to gardening is a good place to start and holds a key to why this happened in different contexts. I guess the thing that me and a lot of other academics are grappling with at the moment is why, when these crises start to wane and other crises may pop in, like are currently happening, do they wane? Does the interest sometimes wane in gardening, and how do we maintain the boom towards gardening that improves people's health and well-being? And the literature tells us that. So what we've experienced, what we found from our COVID-19 gardening research was a number of elements that drove people to gardening. And I guess the first one is people had more time to spend at home because of social isolation restrictions and other things that kept people at home, and they had to think about things they had to do at home that they enjoyed. Now, gardening was one of them. So people enjoyed having a positive place to go that was safe and secure, and that was the garden space. However, from our research, what we've also found is some people had limited access and had restricted access to garden spaces. Some people also had restricted access to gardening materials. We all know about how seedlings went out of stock in certain places and you couldn't get the usual seedlings that you needed to. And also, some people working in unusual circumstances, especially in the health profession. Some people couldn't even come into their home space or couldn't even had to stay in places that weren't their own, maybe hotels or the hospital. So also there was concern around for some people around going to community garden and the safety around that about getting COVID-19. But on the flip of these, I guess, barriers to gardening, there was not the majority of people we researched. People were mainly positive towards gardening. But the barriers led often to innovative and creative ways of gardening. Okay, and this learning experience was really enjoyable for a lot of the people we spoke to. Another really strong positive benefit of gardening was it became a social hub where people could strengthen and continue relationships. So you could socially distance within these spaces. You were outdoors. You didn't fear the issue. So people came together, family, neighborhoods came together in the garden space because you could. Now, there are a range of other drivers towards gardening, food security, because people didn't think food systems were kind of working as efficiently as they should. You had people wanting to learn new skills, a range of other factors. But these four kind of examples give you a grounding of what I'm talking about, Karina. And I hope I answered why some people were driven to gardening and give you a bit of a taste to it. And there will be more research coming out around this. We've got hopefully a paper coming out on this topic, and I'll talk about that later on when it is published. But thank you for the question. Keep on sending questions to me, and I'll try to respond. Keep on putting comments in the comment box on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. kind of to add to the discussion because I'm only providing one aspect in a very short snippet. So I would love to hear from you and keep on watching these vlogs and supporting me. Thank you.